Hey everyone, Pupsker here. Today I wanted to go over Duet Night Abyss. This is the new anime-like Warframe game. It was previously a gacha game, but they had a dev stream, and we're gonna take a look at that as well as the Reddit thread on it, because this is no longer a gacha game. It no longer has a stamina system. This is now just a Warframe-like anime game. So it looks a lot cooler, okay? And that makes me a lot more excited. Let's quickly see what they're talking about. I'm gonna mute it in-game here because we can't read, or sorry, we cannot understand that language, and I'm unfortunately just an English only pleb, right? Like, oh, such a scrub, I can only English. That being said, we'll take a look at what they're talking about. Today in this live stream, major optimizations. Hold on. Let me grab a prop. What's free exactly? All characters. All right. So first up, free characters. Every character is free. How does that work? Not just characters. There's more. Brrr, weapons are free, baby. That's right. We've completely removed all character and weapon banners. This is no longer a gacha game. So every character and weapon can be earned completely through gameplay. So we've seen First Descendant, and now we've seen Duet Night Abyss. Unlimited stamina. Free. So now they no longer have stamina. What we're gonna do is quickly skim through the stream here, because there's a lot to actually go over, okay? A lot of it's gonna be taking a look at each individual picture of the systems, okay? I agree that the game was it felt bad, okay? I played the game early on. It was a gacha system. It was bad. You only really benefited from playing a mission 5 times a day, and then your energy was gone, okay? I played the game during the very first, if we wanna go take a look at that, I played during the very first open beta, I believe, okay? I think it was the first, maybe it was the second, but I did end up playing Duet Night Abyss for 5 hours total, okay? This was during the gacha system, and it's Warframe, okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The tile sets, the look, and the vibe of it, it's fucking Warframe. It felt a little worse than Warframe because it was a gacha game and it had a stamina system. So yeah, you weren't able, and it's not stamina on running, sorry. I may keep saying stamina on running, but it's because it's a gacha game. There's no more stamina to run missions, right? So there's probably still stamina on running, but it also said stamina on wall latch, so hey, or maybe I'm just crazy. Either way, no more stamina. You should be able to, no more energy, no more stamina. Yeah, stamina, right? It's no longer a gacha game, so everything is free. No longer will you have to deal with probably daily upgrades. You'll be able to grind it all out. I'm very curious how they're gonna make the systems work now. Because if we saw a little bit earlier, when you go into a mission, it costs stamina, right? I had to go to a certain open area, get my stamina going, and it has issues, okay? It's not the best system setup. Not the best system setup. Here I was just doing a quest, right? Just so you can get a good vibe and look at the game, right? It had purchases, it had everything there. So I might be fumbling my words a lot, that's the Mesa clone, but don't worry about it too hard, right? A lot of tier 1 weapons, the same as a gacha game. So like it was a gacha game. It was 1-for-1, a straight up gacha game. There's no real shock about that. Both systems are really helpful for farming, right? Free stamina, free energy, you can just run whatever. Okay, and of course, features like mission repeat function and dungeon drop rate doublers, right? It's gonna be like Warframe are here to stay. Both systems are, yeah, they'll have like repeated stuff. Now that the stamina system's gone too, our main goal is just to remove restrictions. Players have more freedom of choice. If you want to grind. If you want to play casually, do that. For players who love to grind, you can go all in. Yeah, fair enough, without getting cut off halfway. Like stamina, it probably still has run in like wall latch stamina and shit like that. I'm just being an idiot. But having no stamina system because it's no longer a gacha game, great, okay? Great. I'm happy, I'm not mad. You won't feel like, oh, today's stamina. You won't have to log in, play 30 minutes, and then log out, right? You won't be falling back. You can play however you want. Awesome. The changes we've made to the gacha system. So yeah, like there's just no energy. About gacha, back in the last, made it possible to obtain weapons through free gameplay, and response was actually really positive, right? Yeah, but overall, it was still gacha. The old gacha system still put a lot of pressure on players, and for weapons too, make core gameplay loop way consistent. The adjustments, goal simple. Want to make sure that pay to win isn't a big deal in this game anymore. So they don't want it to be a pay to win gacha game. It is no longer a gacha, right? It is straight up becoming like Warframe like, First Descendant like, but probably way less aggressive than First Descendant. Because what First Descendant's hella monetized, and it has so many side systems already in like year one. Typical Korean MMO, right? Typical Korean MMO. It's fun, it's good, but it might not be for a lot of players, right? 100% guaranteed banner setup, didn't really have to worry. As long as I saved up enough pulls, yes. But after I got my first psych room, I wanted to level her up, right? But you just couldn't unless you had a lot of money. But around 40 or 50 pulls in with still no 5-star drop, I started getting nervous, yeah. He's just telling them about the PTSD of gacha games. I also like to stockpile resources, saving up, oh, okay. So now they're just like casually chatting. We're gonna like skip through the casual chats. Because like obviously, yeah, they're sad about, we all hate gacha because it's just pay to win, that's it. Gacha, it's just at the end of the day, gacha games, while they can be good and fun, gacha as a mechanic is just objectively bad, pay to win, and dog shit, okay? All it is paying money to try to get something. You're just gambling to get like weapons and characters with a certain guaranteed chance eventually to get it. And that's just not good, right? Now, daily commissions, weekly commissions, you can still run your dailies, weeklies, okay? Then sealed character letters, fragments, and then you have to collect enough shards in order to build them. Oh, and then you get the character. So you just farm, yeah. So the second way is through the in-game shop. My issue with the game is going to be, is it going to limit the amount that you can farm characters for, since it says daily, weekly commissions, right? There you can buy fragments and weapons directly, but you can directly purchase it with money. So if you're not able to freely farm characters like 24/7, we'll have to see how it fully plays out, but this could still be an annoying system, but at least it guarantees that you can farm up a character at a time more consistently, but we'll have to see what the rates are. Either way, it's still way better than gacha. Since stamina's gone, players can grind freely for fragments and materials. Yeah, you don't get daily capped on how many energy staminas you can put into a mission, right? Which is like 4 or 5 mission, and use them to get exactly what they want. Sorry, I always equate it to like running systems, so don't worry about it. Why is being derpy early? The covert commission gameplay didn't really feel great for me. I'm sure a lot of people watching felt the same. Wouldn't create a bunch of pain points, actually major adjustments. With characters now part of the system, old design didn't work anymore. Characters, weapon, demon wedge. Okay, free via sealed commission letters. So yeah, you get some loot, then also through permanent gameplay, weekly commissions. So yeah, character fragments through running the missions and through weekly fragments. So yeah, you can still get loot. It might just be like easier to get it through weeklies and dailies then. Awesome. Not mad, that's good. For the character commission, the prop secret letter can be farmed in dungeons and through permanent gameplay weeklies. Yeah, so you can get it in dungeons, probably at a way slower rate than the dailies and weeklies, but that's understandable. That's usually how free-to-play games work. It's still gonna be monetized. At least it's way less monetized from being a gacha, right? Cool. We're also adding fragment purchases in-game. Yeah, you're able to just buy out characters and buy out their upgrades if you need. So obviously it's still pay to win in that regard, but it's way less because it's not a gacha. Even if you can farm things, like obviously being able to just buy everything is still pay to win, but it's like less egregious, it's less aggressive. Because obviously it's pretty pay to win in my life, considering that you can either buy a character or in a certain game play like 20 hours to farm a character. Saving 20 hours of my life is pretty pay to win, but I have learned to understand a lot of people value 20 hours of their life at net zero and somehow don't consider that pay to win. So yeah, pretty wild, pretty wild. Keep fragments farming efficient and low stress. So luckily this is way better as long as the drop rates and the farming efficiency of the characters isn't absolute dog shit. I'm looking at you, First Descendant on launch. There's a reason why the game went from being very popular on launch to almost as popular as Warframe. And now it's sitting at like constant like 10 to 20,000 players on updates. So it's way calmed down because it was just, if you make a gacha game, or sorry, if you make a non-gacha game system, but you make the farm so bad that people don't want to play your game, they're not going to play your game, right? So you need to find that balance, okay? You need to find that balance. You can have occasional, really rough and like long-term farms, but you need most of characters and most of the weapons to hit that nice balance between it takes a handful of hours to farm the weapon and or character max, because no one's gonna want to spend 10 to 20 hours to farm a weapon or farm a character, okay? That just takes so long for most people. And a lot of people don't have the attention span. They don't find that fun and they don't enjoy it. So it's all about finding that middle ground with game development. I myself, as a non-game developer, don't know what the secret is, okay? There is no secret. You have to make a fun, awesome, engaging game that isn't super punishing and people like it, but we'll see. Now they're just talking about won't disappear over time, fragments, right? Just loot, right? The upgrade loot. Also, Rebecca in First Descendant, nice, nice. A lot of the adult-looking human characters that are women, nice. They're nice, good art, good art. So that's the fragments, now she's upgraded, nice, nice. I think I'll be a Rebecca main, she looks pretty hype. I don't know, just something draws me towards her. Maybe it's that she's this game's version visually of like Urelli. Maybe it's that she's hot as hell, we don't know. Will we thirst for anime waifus? We'll find out. So yeah. As you can see, that's the little system they have there. They have all of the coins down there. It's very easy to look at and track. Very simple. Bada bing, bada boom. You click it. Yeah. Obviously, this game's like horny guys and gals, anime waifus and husbandos. So, you know, pretty normal, pretty normal. So it looks really good. Helps to get the hang of quickly. More in-depth rule breakdowns. Familiar system before you jump in. Drop right up. Since all characters are free now, they aren't a thing. Are all playable characters. Available through covert missions, be farmable a while and you suddenly not. No. And like we said before, secret letters don't cost anything. Yeah, so the characters, yeah, fuck yeah, don't cost anything either. This way, you can keep leveling them all the way to max Intron. So we're going to tweak the stats of the old characters and weapons. Here's the thing, the nice style, the like nice thing about this style of game, right? You can unlock a character somewhat quickly, right? In theory, unlock Rebecca, let's say in like 2-3 hours, quickly through daily weeklies. But to level her up to like max Intron, that might be much more of a like 10 to 20 hour grind. But if they give you the character a lot faster, it'll motivate people and people will enjoy that a lot more. So that's the huge advantage that gacha games don't have. They can't get you anything easily, right? Whereas if you can get the characters easily, but you can't level them up Intron level, right? Their character overall level as fast, that's okay. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how fast and how min-maxed everything ends up being on launch of Duet Night Abyss. But I must say, I much prefer the system. I made this video to hype up the launch of Duet Night Abyss because I think this is a good change and I'm overall happy about it. So this is a positive video, okay? I know people are always crazy about hating, loving games, etc. and so forth, but nah, we're here to chill. Sorry. Be another round of testing. So we don't know how good or how bad. Oh, since we've removed the star rating system for characters and weapons. Okay, so that system's gone. All the old ones have to be rebalanced too. So never mind, you don't have to upgrade it through like rank 1 to 6. So they took out banners, they took out the star system. So it's just gonna be like a general leveling system for like the Intron levels, which are just like the weapon levels. Okay. So we'll have to fully see how it works, but you know, we'll get the hang of it. It's a pretty simple idea, just levels. Higher stats, levels, no overall like weapon prestige level, star level, right? No longer you need to get something from 1 to 5 star or 1 to 6 star, right? Genshin has that with all the weapons and all the characters. You know the gachas, you understand. It is now just upgrades, so a lot of good changes, a lot of good changes. A lot of things players, okay, one tough question bound to come up. How will the game make? Oh yeah, what's the new monetization plan? Obviously way more cosmetics, okay? Character outfits, weapon skin, all the accessories. I'm gonna go in theater mode so it doesn't like go through that as hardcore. Compared to earlier versions, preview of the ones we're working on. Hell yeah, brother. That's right, they're making their swimsuit waifu skins. They're gonna make top dollar on that, okay? They could go hardcore goonery, or they could just do a more casual level of goonery, so we'll have to wait and see. Oh, look at that. Instantly, since it's summer, they went for the entire beach set skin set. That's so funny. Every goddamn game is making their beach set skin sets right now. I love seasonal updates in games. It's so cute and funny. Good shit, good shit. So yeah, different beach set stuff. Okay, different textures. Yeah, you'll be able to fashion frame pretty well. Hey, and then we'll have Christmas because after summer, Christmas, right? So now you can get your Thirst Waifu Christmas skins. Nice, not bad, not bad. But like, obviously this game is not as horny, not even close to as horny as something like the First Descendant. It's more of like a regular level of anime horny that like you see out of gacha games, Genshin, etc. Because like, yeah, not bad. Oh, okay. They're just showing off, if you didn't get that, the like updated effects. So that was it before, and then when they updated, it's much more vibrant, more colorful, a little less dark, right? They lightened everyone. Everyone's, yeah. So that's the TLDR. Everyone's less dark, they brightened it up, and they increased saturation, it looks like, a bit. Her blue got way bluer, right? Like a different complete shade of blue. So, yeah. Essentially, it looks like they upped saturation a lot, made everything a little brighter with the upgrades. Like, yeah, look at the model upgrade. That still looks sick, okay? I love that one so much, right? From that one, sick, to that one, also sick. I just like, I mean, it's a cool one. That's the Mesa clone variant. She got like brighter and like lighter. Looks good. Now let's move on to the environments. Environmental upgrades, baby. So it just looks better. No, it looks like a lot of what they did add is they added more color to their environment, right? A lot brighter, a lot more vibrant colors because they probably wanted it to stand out way more. That makes complete sense. And obviously, like, they adjusted everything a little bit here and there. Layered in extra detail. Heck yeah. Nah, they're killing it. Let's go. Made some other improvements. Officially joined the loadout system. New playable heroes. Heck yeah. Get them. Cool. Awesome. As we announced earlier. Dungeon revamp. The faster... Okay. Now dungeon only track enemy count and objectives. The faster you clear them, the faster you're out. Oh, speed runs. Hell yeah. That's great. Whoop. 3-minute timer. No more 3-minute timers. Okay, never mind. They took out timers completely. It's just like exterminate, it looks like. Last Xbox player didn't even realize that there was a combat partner system in game. We added auto version basically on by default. Players can tackle dungeons more easily with way less hassle. Feels okay. So they're just doing generally quality of life stuff. Awesome. We've added sprint. So yeah, sprint's better. No longer do you have to mash or like hold keys as much. Good. They added better auto targeting to jumps like that. That's good. So no longer will you have to, I guess, aggressively mash your keyboard. They're adding better icons to secret letters. Turn the forge, fixed it. More force teleports. Yeah, they're just adding a lot of quality of life. That we're not going over everything very like individually because there's a lot of stuff, but that's okay. Crafting. We'll have my Caliban dancing on the side, right? Didn't already have blueprints. Okay, comes with crafting a weapon, but already too late if you start grinding from scratch. You waste your time. Weapon crafting. Yeah, they made crafting way more efficient, less AIDSy, which is nice. We want players to enjoy the game. Mentioned today, cutting down on friction. First up, cinematic presentation. Yeah, there's about like 5-10 more minutes. If you didn't know, if you want to check out all of their cinematics, they played them for the first 30 minutes of the stream. So we could do a watch along for like a really long video one of these days, because I'm not gonna lie, it looks really cool. But hey, so this is the Warframe like gacha game, Duet Night Abyss. Either way, continue on. Okay, we've gone through most of the big game stuff. Now they're just talking about like more quality of life, social hub stuff. And I don't want to go over all of that one by one, because a lot of it we'll just see. We don't know the game well enough, and that's fine. Mobile performance boost, not bad. So they have better mobile optimization. Okay, here's the quick TLDR. Update is set October 28th, 2025. Quick recap. Characters and weapons are free. No more stamina restrictions. Overhauled monetization. At the end of the day, the goal is simple. Give you best experience as possible. So it's pretty much no longer gacha. Now it's just a Warframe-like anime game. No longer is it a Warframe-like gacha anime game. Hell yeah. Talking for a while now. Kind of want to share something straight from the heart. When it comes down to it, how much value brings them. They don't want to do forced spending. What's matters most is simple. Come play first. Enjoy the world experience. Let us know where it falls short. Awesome, cool. No paywalls. Enjoy playing. And like I think the game has more playability and usability, especially since it is still a mobile game, right? It is still a mobile game, so it could pop off hard because there's no gacha. So, but what matters is if people buy a lot of boosters and buy a lot of items. So We'll have to see. The game is on the Epic Games Store, so if anyone buys anything using the Epic Games Store, you can use Epic Games creator code Pupsker to support me, but I will be checking out the game. I did pre-register before making the video, just in case. I played the beta, but I just wanted to make sure I pre-registered as well. It is still going to be a free-to-play game after all, so it'll still have their dailies, their weeklies that we went over earlier, and they're still going to have a lot of like online incentives, right? Streams, dev streams, content drops, so we'll have to see how the first year of the game plays out, but I'm always glad when we get a new Warframe, like, right? New systems, they're saying, guides, signups for an upcoming test server, stay tuned to our official socials. So yeah, they'll have a test server and stuff as well. Of course, our team will keep polishing the details so it'll look even sharper and everything will look nice. So that's pretty much the end there. Go watch their ending cinematic if you are curious, but yeah, that's what Duet Night Abyss is looking like. And they're absolutely killing it. Removing gacha system and stamina. So now you're able to run endlessly. You're able to pull things endlessly. No longer will that be a huge pain in the ass. It's great. Because like, I think they're removing the stamina system both for running and for like running missions, right? There's technically two types of stamina systems in games, and that's why it's funny. Either way, it'll be a lot better quality of life. Game monetization, only cosmetics, as well as boosters, okay? They did talk about boosters, okay? Not just cosmetics, but primarily cosmetics. And of course, maybe they won't actually do boosters. Maybe they will only do cosmetics, but there will almost definitely be boosters and like some resources type of things you can buy in the shop. We just will have to wait and see the entirety. No gacha. The transition to Chinese Warframe is complete. Anime Warframe. Yeah, this person gets it. Since there's already a Chinese Warframe. Yeah, China Warframe as well as First Descendant. Well, I guess First Descendant is Korean MMO Warframe, right? Now we have Anime Warframe. And we've had China Warframe, which is Warframe's client in China. There's a China client. And we just have Warframe. So, hell yeah. Beyond the Limits. All characters and weapons. Free to unlock, baby. Duet Night Abyss removes the gacha. Yeah. So, that's what I wanted to quickly talk about. I think it's a great change, and I can't wait to play the game on launch. I had fun in the beta, but since it was a gacha game, I played 5 hours and then I didn't touch it again, right? Because it was a beta for a gacha game. You know what to expect. But now that it's actually releasing, it is no longer a gacha game, and it's just a Warframe-like anime game. Hey, I'll check it out. Either way, let me know what you think. Sub, like, Epic Games creator code Pupsker to support the channel. Cheers.